This week, for our basic exercises, we are doing blocks in various stances and using various angles. So I'm going to use this straight center line here. I suggest you maybe add one for yourself as well. Wherever you're training, just take a piece of masking tape or duct tape and make a straight line on the floor. It just helps you to understand your angles. Right, so we're going to stand shoulder width stance with a line exactly between our feet. We're going to step forward with our right foot on the line. I'm going to pivot and my left arm is going to do a face block. And then I'm going to come back. Then my left leg is going to step forward on the line. I'm going to pivot and I'm going to do a right arm face block. Let's do that one more time slowly and then we count 10 times. So, as you are facing that way with me, put your right foot on your center line, pivot and left arm block face. If you don't know how to do the blocks, check out some of the beginner videos. It'll teach you how to do the block. Take the left foot, step forward, pivot, and right arm block face. Right, let's count 10 times. Ich, ni, som, she, go, ruk, sich, hach, hu, ju. And relax. Good. Maybe run through that one again and then come back for our second block. For our second exercise, the emphasis is, it's still a face block, but it's on pushing. The previous block, when you are stepping on the center line and turning, that is slightly more of a deflecting type of movement. Whereas the next one, the emphasis at the end of the block is to push. And thus we're going to be in a long stance. So, again, take your center line and maybe add an extra horizontal line just to give you a type of an Emerson line here. Left foot on the center line. Left hand, push. Slide up, slide out, and then push. Slide up, slide out, and push. Slide up, slide out, and push. 1, 2, very important, this pressing exercise at the end. 3, 4, 5, that's what the long stance is for. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see I'm not focused on speed now. Just want the correct form for now. Have fun. Our next exercise, we focused on chest blocks. So again, if you can, use your center line, left foot in front, right foot behind, in a Sunshine Dutch, in a short stance. Left hand block chest. Right leg step in and out, and block chest. Left leg step in and out, and block chest. I am doing it horribly wrong for a reason, which I'll explain now. Right leg step forward, and block chest. We do the same backwards. Step in and out, and block chest. Step in and out, and block, and step in and out, and block. Now, if you are going to do your legs before your arms in this way, the block doesn't mean anything because it's going to be way too late. What you want is to synchronize your legs and arms. But when you start learning, it is important to understand I cannot do the block and then the arms. I need to be driving forward. And that's why I'm showing the first movement is your step. And then we do the block. But now let's start combining the two together, that the leg and the arm work as unison. But it's still important to have that driving force of the body behind it. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We go backwards, same thing. We're absorbing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward again. 1, 2, 3, 4, backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4. This pressure is important. This, pushing forward against your opponent's grip. Enjoy. Our next movement is the hickey UK, and we're going to use the hickey UK with the cat stance. Now, if you think about last week's exercises, we showed that either the hickey UK is for pulling someone off balance and keeping my posture, or I'm being pushed and I need to regain my posture and my balance. Hickey UK fits perfectly to that. Where Chununuke is a pressing movement against your opponent, forward, grabbing, pushing. Hickey UK is pulling. I want to catch and I want to pull to me. Cat stance works beautifully with that type of stance. So let's stand over our center line. And again, we're going to now focus on a 45-degree angle here. We're going to go in cat stance. My right foot is off the line, pointing forward. My left foot is on the line, pointing at a 45-degree angle. Right, so from this position here, I'm going to slide to my left, and my right foot goes on the line. Now, I'm not putting too much emphasis on sliding as far as possible. We look at the form, and we'll apply it again later. So from here, right hand hickey UK. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great stuff. Run through that one again and then come back for the next exercise. For our next exercise, we're going to be looking at stomach block, and we're going to do the stomach block in a shikudachi. So our shikudachi is going to be at a 45-degree angle, but notice the angle of the foot. So my stance is 45, but my left foot is pointing at my opponent. So just keep that in mind later on when we are working on angles for self-defense. So I'm not standing shikudachi with my feet pointing away from my opponent. It's merely, I was here, I drop into shiku for a reason. I'm not very good at shikus, so please, if you're supple, press down those hips and get into a perfect shikudachi. So, from this position, drop into shiku, left hand block stomach. We slide up and back, up and back. 1, 2, 3. Shiku is for controlling. 4, 5. Stable stance. 6. Pressing. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Run through that again, then come back for the next exercise. In our previous exercise, we were stepping against our opponent and then using shiku to pull our opponent and control them. Now we're going to do zenkutsudachi, and we're going to absorb the technique as we're going forward against our opponents. Now we're not pulling, but we are pushing. Think of it as I've got my opponent's right arm in a grip, and I'm going to step forward to put my weight behind an elbow lock or an arm bar. So, left leg in front on stance. For this exercise, left hand out, we pull out the way, then we go forward and we block. You are now putting your weight behind that block, not pulling. So, let's go again. Back, forward with the body weight. Back and forward. Let's count 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. If it's confusing, it'll make more sense when we apply this against an opponent. our last blocking movement that we're looking at is the Toroji. Just to quickly clarify, blocking is the wrong English word for it. It is receiving. It's more to do with manipulation of your opponent than it is about blocking anything. So once you understand, okay, I'm receiving. So the uke, the churan uke, is not a chest block, but actually receiving energy at the chest level here where I can manipulate it. Gedan for the stomach level, joran for the face level. So let's look at the Toroji. The Toroji is usually a throwing technique. It is manipulating your opponent's body to either push their head under their own arm, twist the arm around, throw them. Some of the ending of the katas have this movement here, which is twisting of the neck and pushing your opponent away. So the way we're going to handle this is we're going to do 180-degree cat stance turns. Again, cat stance, I'm pulling for this exercise. I'm going to step and I'm going to use my hip to pull. So this is either going to be for a throw or a limb manipulation later on when we do the training against a partner. So right heel on the line, left foot on the line. Just let's look at the stance. Left foot goes on the line. The heel's going to stay on the line as I pivot my hip. Right foot on the line, left heel on the line. I'm going to step. Foot is straight forward on the line. I'm going to pivot on the heel and I'm back on the line again. We add the Toroji. Left hand at the bottom, right hand at the top. Step and cover. Throw. Step and cover. Throw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Hope you had fun. Let's move over to the next exercise.